CompTIA A Core 2 Complete Training Course. Exam Objective 1.2 Given a scenario, perform OS installations and upgrades in a diverse environment. Installation types. When it comes to installing or upgrading an operating system, there isn't just one way to get the job done. In fact, the method you choose can have a big impact on everything from setup time to system performance and even long-term stability. Whether you're working on a single home computer or deploying hundreds of systems across an organization, selecting the right installation type is a critical first step. Each installation method is designed for a specific purpose. Some prioritize speed and convenience, while others focus on stability, consistency, or troubleshooting. For example, you might choose one method to fix a broken system, and a completely different method when setting up brand new devices for a company. Let's take a closer look at each of these, starting with a clean install. A clean install wipes the slate completely clean and starts fresh with a new OS installation. This is often the best choice when a system is experiencing major issues, such as malware infections, performance problems, or instability. It's also commonly used when repurposing a device or preparing it for a new user. The trade-off is that all data, applications, and settings are removed, so backups are critical before performing this type of installation. From there, another common approach to OS installation is the in-place upgrade. Instead of starting over, this method upgrades the current OS to a newer version while keeping files, user preferences, and third-party device drivers intact. This makes it a faster and more convenient option, especially in environments where minimizing downtime is important. For example, upgrading a system from Windows 10 to Windows 11 can often be done using an in-place upgrade, allowing the user to continue working with minimal disruption. However, because everything is carried over, any existing issues may remain after the upgrade. If the system had performance problems, misconfigurations, or even hidden malware, those issues can persist in the upgraded environment. This means that while an in-place upgrade is efficient, it's not always the best choice for systems that are already experiencing significant problems. For that reason, IT professionals often evaluate the condition of the system before choosing this method. If the system is stable and functioning properly, an in-place upgrade can save time and effort. But if there are underlying issues, a clean install may be the better long-term solution. Next, we have a repair installation. A repair installation is your go-to when the OS is acting up but you don't want to start from scratch. This installation type reinstalls the OS without affecting user data and applications. It's perfect for fixing system issues, like corrupted files or problematic updates. Imagine your system is running slow due to a recent failed update. A repair installation can replace corrupted OS files, bringing your system back to life without losing your precious data. It's like giving your OS a much-needed tune-up, ensuring everything runs smoothly again. One crucial tool often utilized during a repair installation is the recovery partition. This hidden partition on the internal hard drive contains the OS setup files and tools needed to restore the system. Think of it as having a built-in safety net. If your system becomes unusable, you can boot into the recovery partition and initiate a repair installation. When working with multiple systems, organizations often turn to image deployment. This method involves creating a standardized system image or snapshot that includes the operating system, applications, settings, and configurations. That image is then deployed to multiple devices, allowing each system to be set up in the same way. This helps ensure consistency across all machines and significantly reduces setup time compared to configuring each device individually. For example, instead of installing Windows, configuring settings, and installing applications on 50 computers one by one, an administrator can create one properly configured master image and deploy it to all 50 systems. This not only saves time, but also reduces the chance of configuration errors. Closely related to this is a remote network installation. With this approach, the operating system is installed over a network connection rather than from local media like a USB drive. The device connects to a server and retrieves the installation files during the setup process. This allows IT teams to manage installations centrally and eliminates the need to physically interact with each device. This method is especially useful in larger environments where systems may be located in different rooms, buildings, or even geographic locations. As long as the system can connect to the network, The installation can be initiated and completed remotely. Taking this concept even further, we have zero-touch deployment. Zero-touch deployment automates the entire installation and configuration process. A device can be powered on, connected to the network, and automatically receive its operating system, applications, settings, and policies, often without any manual input from a technician. This is commonly used in large organizations where devices are shipped directly to end users. The user simply connects the device to the network, and the system configures itself based on predefined settings. This reduces setup time, minimizes human error, and allows IT teams to deploy systems at scale much more efficiently. Finally, there are other installation considerations, such as third-party drivers. As outlined in the CompTIA A Exam objectives, third-party drivers are an important factor when performing OS installations in real-world environments. Not all hardware is fully supported by an operating system during installation. In some cases, the OS may not include the necessary drivers for certain components, such as storage controllers, network adapters, graphics cards, or other specialized hardware. When this happens, you may need to manually provide the correct drivers during or after the installation process to ensure the system functions properly. These drivers can be obtained from several reliable sources. The most common and recommended source is the hardware manufacturer's official website, where you can download the latest, compatible drivers for your specific device model and operating system. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more great content.